Among the many characters in One Piece, few have captured the attention of fans like Shanks has. The mysterious man who left Luffy with the Straw Hat has left his mark on the story and its trajectory from chapter 1, and a common want is to see more of him in the story. And with this, an important question that needs to be addressed is, what is Shanks' true purpose and role to play in the final saga of the story? This question has sparked the One Piece community for years, leading to countless theories and speculation being made about this. You see, Shanks is on an ultimate mission, a mission that could very well hold the key to unlocking the true meaning behind the One Piece and the climax of Luffy's grand adventure. And in this video, I want to explain just what I think Shanks' role in the final saga is, as I think the answer ties Shanks' destiny directly to the will of Goldie Roger himself and the ancient prophecy surrounding the Joy Boy. As always, if you'd enjoy more One Piece content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to help support the channel, because YouTube tells me that 99% of you who watch my videos for some reason just aren't subscribed. So before we start, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on future content. Now let's pause for a sec. As I start this off, I think that it is important to go back to a scene from 20 years ago. Chapter 968 starts off with a particular scene that to many is still in question. That emotional scene from Shanks' youth when his captain Goldie Roger the Pirate King told him something that brought Shanks to tears. I think that Roger left a very important task to Shanks to finding Guy, the person prophesied to surpass Roger himself, who will become the Joy Boy and turn the world upside down. But Roger realized that despite his crew's groundbreaking journey, they had arrived too early in the tides of history to fulfill the ancient Joy Boy prophecy, which I go into more in another video of mine, which will be linked to this one, so definitely worth the time to check out. And with a heavy heart, Roger passed the responsibility to find the one who will find the One Piece onto Shanks' shoulders, meaning that he would not live to carry out the One Piece's ultimate purpose himself, as he was not the one. This definitely could explain why Buggy was so unsettled when Shanks told him that he did not intend to pursue becoming the next Pirate King after Roger's death. Instead of wanting to fulfill what Roger left to the next generation, Shanks chose to dedicate himself to Roger's parting will onto him, to journey across the seas, identify the one prophesied to be the Joy Boy, and mentor them to seal the fate intertwined with the mystery of the One Piece. As we know from Buggy, Roger recognized the insane potential of Shanks when he was young. By entrusting this task to him, Roger ensured his own dream would live on through Shanks' devoted efforts and greater destiny that awaited to locate and prepare the way for the true successor that Roger himself did not encounter in his lifetime. This can also connect to what Shanks was doing in the East Blue, as the person who he may have been originally searching for was Roger's son Portgas the Ace. Shanks did not meet Ace until later, when he was a rookie, when he learned that Ace was actually Luffy's brother. It is not clear whether Shanks knew Roger's son was Ace, but considering the fact that Roger wanted nothing more but for Ace to find this treasure, Ace following in his father's footsteps through Shanks' guidance could bring things to full circle, due to Roger once being Shanks' mentor. Even if Shanks may not have meant for Luffy to eat the Nika fruit in the first place, he still accepted it when Luffy showed the same ambitions and spoke the same words as Roger. This relates to Luffy's true dream, which is still unknown to us as the audience, but we still know that both Luffy and Roger share a hidden mutual dream that brings in shocking reactions that draws people towards them. I believe that Shanks was aware of the true nature of the devil fruit he had stolen from CP9, which is why he let Luffy carry out the Joy Boy's fate. The two moments significant of this was when Shanks bet his arm for the future generation and when Shanks gave Luffy the Straw Hat. Overall, Shanks was left with a heavy burden to bear from his captain to honor his dying wish by abandoning his own pursuit of the title of the Pirate King and instead committing himself to be the guiding light that would ultimately reveal the ancient will behind the One Piece for the next generation's chosen inheritor. Now, when we move ahead to the present day in the One Piece story, almost 2 decades since he and Luffy had split ways, Shanks is currently protecting the One Piece treasure, safeguarding it until Luffy finally makes it to the final island of Laugh Tale to claim it. Remember, Shanks also knows the location of the One Piece treasure, having been on the ship when the Roger pirate crew was deciphering its coordinates after finding the 4 road poneglyphs. As evidence in chapter 967, this is where Buggy famously caught a sickness and Shanks chose to stay stay behind. But also, Shanks just casually told his right-hand man, Ben Beckman, that they could just go and get the One Piece. It is here that Shanks would eventually make his own journey to Laugh Tale, as he said he would someday. However, the difference is Shanks would arrive to Laugh Tale as a man with a different purpose to the boy who once sailed as Roger's apprentice. But this all suggests that he knew that after Luffy had beaten Kaido at Wano and become an emperor, he was getting close and would be ready to claim it soon. Even members of his own crew thought that it would be the time for this reunion, since Luffy himself has become a great pirate. As the guardian of this treasure, the name of Shanks' weapon to guard the One Piece, Griffin, has special symbolic meaning tied to his role. As we know, Shanks wields a weapon that is classified as a saber named Griffin, and the Griffin is a mythological creature described by having the head and wings of an eagle and the body, tail, and back legs of a lion. The wings of a griffin just represent nobility, while the lion body represents power. With these in mind, Oda has shown so many similarities between Shanks' character and the griffin. A very clear example comes from Shanks' nobility of being heavily implied to be a figurland. Volume 4 Billion actually reveals that Shanks was originally from God Valley, the kingdom Figurland Garling was the king of, and that's how he ended up on the ship of the Roger Pirates. Just to clarify, this is based on the official storyboard and sketches by Oda, but what's on screen is a fan-made drawing of the material. Also, in the movie One Piece Red, we see that Uta, being Shanks' daughter, and by default making her a figurland, was being discussed by the Five Elders shortly after Uta began her live performance and the truth about her being Shanks' daughter was made public. Now, I know that the canonicity between these sources may not be the best, but I'm just trying to express that despite Garling and Shanks' clear resemblance to each other, several other forms of media also try to support this idea. And the fact that Shanks can get a private audience with the elders during the reverie, despite Shanks being one of the four emperors, shows that it's very clear that Shanks' background really shows the influence that he has over government officials. Despite his position, they're willing to interact with him. They're willing to give him their attention. And besides just giving Shanks their attention, they fulfill his requests. Shanks meeting with the Gorosei was all Shanks' decision. They didn't call him there. With this influence, Shanks also has the power to end the Paramount War at Marineford, having the Fleet Admiral of the Navy directly agree with him to put an end to the war. Again, putting an end to the war was all what he came to do. Before that, the Whitebeard pirates, who was left, and Akainu were literally ready to continue to fight until whichever side has no one left standing. Showing his nobility and power, this is very fitting for someone acting as a guardian protecting something as important as the One Piece. His status and connections make Shanks perfectly suited to take on the responsibility of safeguarding the greatest treasure in the world until the chosen individual comes to claim it. Being true to their name, griffins are considered protectors and symbols of watchfulness. Similarly, Shanks has incredible foresight and clarity of vision, allowing for swift and skillful completion of tasks. So Shanks is the one guarding the One Piece treasure until the prophesized person destined to have it appears. No one else could do this protector role quite like Shanks can. While Shanks sailed with the Roger Pirates, he went on all these amazing adventures such as to Fishman Island. This is important because it shows some of the knowledge Shanks has about the Joy Boy prophecy. He witnessed Roger and Odin's discovery about it on Fishman Island with his own eyes. And when Shanks found out that Luffy had awakened his devil fruit and got a form that also just makes him look just like the Joy Boy, his reaction just connects the fact that Shanks is destined to bring about the arrival of the new Joy Boy, and that person is Luffy. And with this, it's just more clear why Shanks seems so opposed to Blackbeard, who clearly isn't the man that Roger had foreseen would become the true Joy Boy based on Whitebeard's final words before he died. It is obvious that Shanks recognizes that Blackbeard is not the Joy Boy, and because of this, Shanks has been carefully watching over and guiding Luffy's journey across the seas, nudging the chosen child of destiny that he recognized Luffy as being way back in the East Blue. This realization explains why Shanks is constantly keeping close tabs on Blackbeard's movements and actions. I think that deep down, Shanks intends to and is preparing for an inevitable battle against Blackbeard. However, to directly engage in that fight is incredibly dangerous, as Blackbeard seems to be protected by some twisted fate or destiny working in his favor. Now, let me address how how Shanks will ensure he succeeds in sealing the fate tied to the prophecy. By allowing Luffy to unknowingly eat the devil fruit, the Nika Nika no Mi, and through these subtle hints and directions from Shanks along the way, Luffy is making the Joy Boy prophecy come true. Luffy is becoming the Joy Boy, the person prophesied to surpass what even Roger achieved, and accomplishing the true final purpose behind the One Piece treasure. I believe that even during his time in the East Blue region all those years ago, Shanks had already identified and found the chosen child of destiny in young Luffy. From that point on, Shanks has carefully manipulated and guided Luffy's life journey in subtle ways to ensure that the ancient Joy Boy prophecy will inevitably be fulfilled through him. Shanks has had a secretive role in setting up the stage for Luffy to follow the path to becoming the Joy Boy. So while Luffy's journey seems random and unpredictable from the outside, Shanks has been the guiding hand behind the scenes, pulling the strings to make sure Luffy advances towards sealing his destiny as the inheritor of Joy Boy's will and the person who will finally unlock the One Piece's true meaning. In doing so, Shanks would have successfully found the one individual capable of surpassing even Roger's achievements, awakening as the Joy Boy, and accomplishing the true purpose of the meaning behind the One Piece itself. It will be at this point that Luffy would have solidified himself as a truly great pirate that Shanks has been waiting for.
Thanks for